Here we have the new 2026 Nissan Sentra. Now this one comes in the SL trim level. It's a front wheel drive car. Atlantic gray metallic is the paint. And then we have quilted gray synthetic leather interior. For the powertrain, we get a 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine mated to Xtronic CVT, 149 horsepower, 146 pound-feet of torque. Front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with the LED daytime running lights. And a nice front fascia here. I really like what they did with this redesign. It just looks absolutely stunning in every trim level. As we come around to these wheels, these are going to be 17-inch alloy wheels. Passive keyless entry on the front, and then to the door panel here. One-touch up and down window on the driver's side, regular power windows on the other 3 doors, power door lock controls, power mirror controls. We do get a Bose sound system. Heated steering wheel, lane keeping system, trunk release, and then hood release right down there. Manual tilt telescoping steering wheel. And then here's our power driver's seat. We do get 4-way power lumbar support, so you don't see that very often on a car like this. I'm here for it though. I want to give a huge thanks to Nissan of Cool Springs here in Franklin, Tennessee for allowing me to review this Sentra today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs, so we're gonna check out the space as I sit behind myself. And I mean, pretty good room here. I have about an inch or so, maybe half an inch of headroom, but it's not, my hair is not touching the top of the ceiling or anything, so that's pretty impressive. You get one USB-C charge port back here, and there's a look at the front. There's a sunshade for the roof. This middle seat will fold down. Bottle holders are there. And then I am glad that you get the LED reading lights throughout. Grab handle here. Now, if you need to access your child locks, lock, unlock there. And then as we come around to the back end, there's a look at the new LED tail lights. Exhaust. And then here's your cargo space here. Pretty good amount of room here in my opinion. You do have a tire inflator kit here as well. You could probably put a small spare in there, I'm assuming, if you wanted to. You pull these on either side to release the back seat. And then we do have the capless fuel filler there. We'll take regular just fine. Rear mounted side airbags, which I really like. This seat will fold flat when the seats up front are up far enough. Your top tethers are integrated behind the seats themselves. Pretty easy to pop that seat back into place. Just watch for the seat belt. And then you have your lower anchors for the car seats just sticking out there. Now, front passenger seat, it's gonna be manual 4-way. And then your glove compartment here with the owner's manuals. Like the trim, and again, I can't get enough of that blue there. They did such a good job with this interior. Now, if you're curious about the parts content, there's that. And as we come back around to the front, just a quick look in the engine bay. There's that 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, again, 149 horsepower, 146 pound-feet of torque. And then before we hop in the driver's seat, I'm just gonna show off the blinkers. Get them in the side mirror as well, which is nice. And all LED. Well, let's hop in here. So nice leather wrap steering wheel here. I actually really like this new design. There's the horn. Over here to the radio, we get AM, FM, XM, Bluetooth, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility. You can see that through the sources here. You can use the USB drives to connect directly as well. And then you have your apps you can go through there, garage door transmitter. The actual buttons are right here. And then you can switch your user as well. But All settings right here. You can also go to them right there. There's a little shortcut there where that gear is. General settings, system. You can change your language there. And then if you want to change your units of measurement, go back. And then you can do the distance or the temperature individually. So quite a few settings you can actually use there. Again, shortcuts right there for the settings. There's a shortcut for the audio settings as well. And I like that all that's down there. And you even have a shortcut for your climate control. So dual zone automatic climate controls, you can use the screen. Heated steering wheel toggle is there. Adjust temperature and all of that. So it's a pretty neat system. You can pull up the whole climate menu this way as well. And then again, you have buttons down below for the heated seat as well as the temperature. And I like that they did that because a lot of people don't like having to go through the screen, so that's nice. Backup cameras here. Guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. You get a bird's eye view as well, which is pretty cool. Hazards are here. Volume knob. Click to turn the audio off. You can hit this camera button as well, and that'll pull up your front camera here. Now down below, the two USB-C ports, 12 volt. And then for the shifter, grab this button, reverse, neutral, drive. Then you have the engine braking there if you want to use that. Your electronic parking brake, pull up to engage, hit the brake, press down and disengage. Automatic brake hold here, auto stop toggle there. And then you can go through your drive modes with this switch up or down. Eco, standard, and sport are those modes. Center console cubby space, pretty deep actually. And then up here, sunglasses holder, your sunroof controls. So you can tilt or slide. So there's a one-touch slide there. There's a look at the back seat from up here. And then your vanity mirror here. Back up front, left side stock, blinkers, high beams, and your automatic low beams are there. You can toggle the high beam assist here. And then you can adjust the brightness of the gauge cluster by hitting these buttons here. Right side stock, intermittent wipers, one time off, intermittent low, high. You can adjust that intermittent frequency here and then just pull up here for the front fluid. And then left side of the steering wheel itself, volume, and then you can turn on the safety system there, the Pro Pilot, and then you can adjust the gap adjust for the adaptive cruise there, set your speed there, cancel, set, and then adjust the speed there, excuse me. Now the right side here, track list, radio station presets, Bluetooth button. This button will actually pull up the shortcut menu, and you can use this ball here as a scroll bar. Back, voice recognition, and then this will go through the sub-menus, and then when applicable, you can scroll through your options. And you can press this as an OK. Push button start. Finally, here's the key fob with remote start. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2026 Nissan Sentra SL out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Sentra SL here, the 2-liter 4-cylinder paired with this Xtronic CVT is actually really good. It's just the perfect amount of acceleration for a car like this. It feels great under throttle. The CVT does a good job of keeping that power band linear. You're not having any sort of lag like you would from a turbo, and especially for a commuter car, it's relatively quick. Yeah, it just gets up to speed so nicely, so quickly. It can be fun to drive, and I'm not even in sport mode yet. have it in sport mode now. Gonna give myself a little bit of space. Gonna give it a pull here. Here we go. Again, it's quick with the CVT. What I like about Nissan CVTs in particular is they're meant for fuel efficiency, but they're quick as well, which is just something you don't expect, I guess. Now, I do want to give one more big thanks to Nissan of Cool Springs here in Franklin, Tennessee for allowing me to review this car today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But you kind of got a taste of the road noise there. Not bad. It's a small, compact car, so you're gonna hear the tires hit the pavement, especially on that rougher stretch of the interstate. But for the most part, it's relatively quiet, again, for this kind of vehicle. Now, in terms of what you get for the money, I mean, $31,000 really isn't that bad, I think. You get a really nice looking car with this new redesign. You get something that's relatively quick, since Nissan's had this 2-liter 4-cylinder for quite some time. And it's just, it's a fun little car. It's a spacious little car. It's a amenity-filled little car. But on top of that, I mean, the fuel economy, pretty good. Almost can't be beat. I mean, for the power this car has, again, for the space, to have that fuel economy on top of that for the money is just phenomenal, especially since you don't have a hybrid setup here. But I like the new display. They did a good job with that without having to spend too much money, it looks like. I like the new kind of soft touch buttons here. That's really tasteful. And the new steering wheel is fresh out of the Aria playbook, and I really like that too. I think it's a good car for the money. It's solid. So, all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2026 Nissan Sentra SL.